Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. My name is SirEpicorn, and today I am bringing you back with another speed build. So it's not a speed build Saturday like I usually would have it, even though I've just made the schedule this week and I haven't stuck with it for a full week. So I haven't even done a speed build Saturday yet. Anyway, it's taken me about 20 times to do this a voiceover. I don't know why. It's like a 14-minute video and 15 minutes, just to correct myself there. It's like a 15-minute video and I can't even talk for the first 2 minutes. How do I expect to talk for a full 15 minutes? And also I'm talking really quickly right now and I don't know why. I feel like I'm very stressed. I need to calm down, but I can't calm down. Right. So I was able in my first ever video, I was able to talk for half an hour, and that was my first video talking straight for half an hour. And now after doing it for about a few weeks now, I just can't, I couldn't talk for a full minute without having to think of what I was gonna say. Okay, need to take a breather. Okay, get in my Zen mode, right? So this build is a revamp of the Willow Creek Archive, because I plan to do this kind of renovation, because I wanted to do a community lawn. I thought I'd do a library, and then I was like, will I just build on a blank plot of land, or will I use the library plot of land they already use? And then I was like, I'm not going to bulldoze this, I'll just renovate it. But when I was renovating it, I just completely, it doesn't look like it at all. The only thing kind of similar, I guess, is the circular kind of balconies, but the color scheme is completely different. The inside is pretty much different as well. But I did try. So yeah, this is going to be a 2-part video, because I don't know why it took 4 hours to do this. I actually have no idea why it took that long, because it doesn't even take that long to do a house for me anymore. So I'm kind of concerned why it took so long, considering I was just building on to what already was there. So yeah, that I think I have a problem. I might need to get it checked out, but I don't imagine going to the doctors hey, I have a problem. It took me 4 hours to make a library in The Sims, and it usually takes me 2 to 3 hours building a house, so help me. What would they say? Sorry, that laugh, I just can't get over it. I need to change my laugh, honestly. Can I do laugh voice therapy? Is that a thing to change my voice? I'm not really sure. But anyway, the second part will be coming out the same day. I'm not really sure. It depends how long it takes for it to export and then also upload, because recently one of my sisters have moved out, and I have actually noticed an increase in my internet speed. Before, because I used to have this YouTube channel. I don't want to mention that YouTube channel. No, we're not going to go back to that. But anyway, I made Minecraft videos, and I made 10-minute videos, and it take 4 hours to upload. But now I'm making half an hour videos, and it's only taking 20 minutes. So I honestly think it's because my sister's moved there, and she was using all the internet up. But it doesn't really make sense, but it kind of makes sense, so I'm just gonna go with it. When in doubt, don't blame yourself, blame everyone else except yourself, That's a very catchy phrase, it's very short. Not anyway, so yeah, this is I'm not really because I just planned to do a library, and I looked up pictures of libraries to try to get inspiration, but none of them really look that great. And then I feel I kind of based, I was going to do one because I found one I kind of liked, and I feel I kind of based it off that unintentionally, because I don't know. But, I liked the result. Although near the end I kind of gave up. I put loads of detail on the bottom inside part. I don't really do furnishing in this episode. It's more modeling the kind of shape and stuff. And then in the next part I do more of the decoration. It's longer. It's going to be a bit longer. But I feel I gave up near the end, because you know how in this library they have a kids kind of area where you can drop off your kids or whatever. I did that again, but I made my own one, but then I just didn't care enough to put any work into it. And then like upstairs, I didn't really know what to do, so I just filled it with loads of bookshelves. So, you know, that happened. We'll see how that goes anyway. So I'm gonna talk about one of my friends. And like, so Hannah, I've mentioned Hannah like a billion times by now. Every video she just gets mentioned, like, because like she's just like the focus of my life, you know, obviously. But pretty much Hannah, she like, we're internet friends. We met like 3 years ago and we've been friends since. Like, we talk nearly every day. But anyway, that's not the point. I have like I have friends, I have real friends too. Believe it or not, you know, I have real friends. I have like a group of friends that I usually hang out with, and then like, but I'm not going to go into detail with that because, you know, whatever. One of my friends, now I don't know if I'll ever find out about this channel because I don't really talk about it to anyone I know in person, because I feel like that's just something you'd make fun of, like someone would make fun of me for it. So my parents don't even know yet. I plan to, like, I don't think they'd be disappointed like if they found out, but like, because they always tell me to, like, I should make a YouTube channel, but like what they tell me to do on YouTube is like do vlogs, and like, you know how I said I like writing poems, they said I should read my poems out loud and record it for a YouTube video. Like, that's just not something you do. Like, my parents like think they're like I don't know, they're just I feel like, you know that kind of era, is it era, 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 whatever, that kind of era. Now I'm like second guessing myself. That kind of time period where everyone, like, you said like shorten things, so they're like PLZ and like THNX and like thanks please, and then they just did like stuff like that, you know. And then when people actually genuinely used to say lol, like, I don't really know anyone who uses that term anymore. Like, it's kind of an outdated phrase, so, you know, that happens. But that happened. Now, my parents use that phrase. They're like way behind the times, you know, but they think it's really cool. But they don't really. But my mum is the kind of the main one who uses it. My dad doesn't really use his phone or things like that. But my mum, like, she tags me in Facebook posts, and she comments things like my name and then lol and stuff, and I'm like, why did you do this? Like, why are you doing this to me? Like, I'm getting embarrassed by it. Like, it's not like anyone is there to witness it or make fun of me for it, but I'm just genuinely embarrassed that like, for myself. Well, I'm not really embarrassed, I'm more kind of cringing. But yeah, so back to my friends. So I don't want to be mean, and I was already going to say this, but my friend, he probably won't ever see this channel unless I become, like, you know, super famous, which, like, I don't know will happen ever, but, you know, and if there's a possibility finds it high, you know, just click off now, you know, you don't need to watch the rest, really, you know, it's fine. Anyway, so he's morbidly obese. Saying that out loud, it sounds worse than what I thought in my head. But I have a reason. Well, he knows he is. Like, he's trying to lose weight, which is good for him, but, you know, he still is morbidly obese, and like, when he isn't morbidly obese anymore, I won't call him morbidly obese, but for now that's what he is, so I just thought I'd say that anyway. So yeah, he's morbidly obese, so I'm gonna call him Fat Tony. If you hear any stories about him, you'll know now his name's Fat Tony. It's not his actual name, but, you know, I'll just call him Fat Tony, because if he does happen to find this, and then, like, maybe there's, like, this slight chance he won't understand that it's him, so, you know, fingers crossed. So basically, me and Hannah had this joke on my Facebook where, because you know how you can like set relationships, we tried to find the weirdest one, and you can have a pet or something. So I made Hannah my pet, and as a joke, she was my pet on Facebook, and she still is to this day. But she thought it was hilarious. Well, we both did, and she posted on my page saying woof, because she was my pet dog, obviously. So obviously like, you're supposed to know that. Well, now you do, because she said woof. Like, what other animal says woof? Nothing. I wouldn't expect a cat to say woof. Like, you know what I mean? Why do I say this? Why do I do things like this to myself? I'm just like purposely trying to like cringe, really. I don't know why I do it, honestly. Anyway, she posted on my page saying woof, right? Then the next day in school, I was sitting down in the art classroom, because I don't know what classroom it was. I'm pretty sure I think it was SPHE, and if you don't know what that is, it's basically where you talk about like physical health and like drugs and sex and relationships and stuff like that. I don't even know what it stands for, to be honest. But you know, I was sitting in that classroom, and Fat Tony sits next to me. So he came up to me after just seeing that Hannah commented woof on my page, and he was like, "Is your friend retarded or something?" And I'm like, no. And he's like, well, she commented woof on your page with no context. And I'm like, oh. Yeah, it's just a joke. And he was like, oh, because I thought she was retarded, right? I don't really remember the rest of the conversation we had, but that's not really that important. So I came home and I told Hannah, I was like, Fat Tony said you were retarded. And she was like, oh my god. And then from then on, she just made fun of him. And I think she was like genuinely pissed about him, over it. And now she actually just like has this fiery passion for hate towards him. Like, even though she doesn't even know much about him. But every time I bring up Hannah, just like within my friend group, they're just like, oh my god. Because Kyle's like kind of upset. Fat Tony's kind of upset about it, because Fat Tony's kind of upset about it because he liked her, and she kind of was like, she just hates him now, and he doesn't really understand, even though he does, because he knows what he said to her. And now he's like kind of upset, and then there's this whole drama. And then like another time was I was talking to my friends like on PS4, and then Hannah wanted to call me on Skype, and I was like, oh, I don't know what to do, because I was like playing Overwatch, and pretty much what happened was then I added her, I called her anyway, and I put her up to the mic, and she could hear them talking, and they could hear her. So she said hi, because she didn't know that I was on PS4. And then Fat Tony started making fun of her. He was all like, I don't even know what he was doing, but he was just making fun of her voice. And we're like, oh my god, that's not cool. Why'd you do that? And then then that just gave her even more reasons to hate Fat Tony, because like like it's just kind of this joke thing, because like I added them to like in this group chat thing, and she basically just insulted him this whole time, and he rated her her insults. But like the thing was, I was the one giving her these insults. So like he was like, oh wow, that was a good one, I'll give you 8 out of 10 or something. And I was like, hey, I was the one, because she thought of one insult, and then from then on I was just shouting insults and she wrote them. So you know, that's that really. It's the end of the video now. If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to leave that thumbs up, and also make sure to comment and stay tuned for part 2. Subscribe too. Thanks.